Alright guys, tonight we're going to do a review quick on Felix pay dirt. I just got their free sample pack. I did that for two reasons. One, to get on their mailing list, see if they had any special promotions. They send out a newsletter with their jackpot summary and information on their mother loads, Fairbanks mine, and that type of thing. Just bought that. It's a little sample pack, just paid shipping and handling. Like I said, one of two reasons I did that. One, to get on their mailing list. Two, just to show you, I'm going to guess the predictability of this bag and say that there's three, maybe four flakes in it at most. And I think that'll be if you're lucky. But part of it is they salt this bag, obviously, and they're trying to gain your business later on. So that was the other reason that I did it. So we're going to just empty those out. Again, this is their concentrates. If you've ever looked at Felix before, they have some mother load packages. They have some other things that they can do where they give you different claims, and they do nugget promotions at the end of the year. So there's some benefits to them, but they're one of the larger companies out there, and you're also paying a considerable amount for their pay dirt as well. Most of their stuff, to get good quality things out of, you'll be in that $100 range, $80 to $90, those type of things. So we're just gonna do this like normal. Add a little rinse aid. Now this will just take 2 seconds to do, so it'll be a real quick video tonight. The other thing that I'm going to do is a video right after this that talks about separating black sands from your gold. I actually have a nice little review I'm going to do on a company that, or an eBay seller, excuse me, that has a beach deposit of black sands that they just get right off the beach. So again, just going to pan that back. Don't need a safety pan really, because we're not doing anything at all. And oh, they surprised me and they proved me wrong too. They actually put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flakes in there. No garnets, it looks like. No other material there really. The rest is just light sands. Felix pay dirt, again, I've kind of done stuff with theirs before, but that was before I was doing videos. Not a bad pay dirt. I usually rate them probably a 8 out of 9, or 8 out of 10, excuse me, just for the fact that they're pretty good at marketing. Their gold, there's always in their bags. You're not worrying about whether you're actually going to get something or not. But also, this is their business. That's what they do. So again, like, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're looking for. If there's a pay dirt you want tested, also equipment. I'm trying to work something out with a nice miller table that I'd like to demo for you guys. I have some of this black sand that's coming up, and so we'll get that on hopefully in the next couple weeks. Have a good night. Alright guys, tonight's video is on how to separate your fine gold from black sand. I actually have some black sand concentrates that I bought here. They were basically just shoveled off a beach. They found a nice black sand deposit, and the thing with black sand that I'll tell you is really only pan 1 tablespoon at a time. It's so thick that you really can't do anything but work with it. So again, we got the jet dry in here, and we're going to pan this down. So we're going to talk about 2 ways of panning this. One is the traditional way, the most common, the most time consuming, but really sometimes the most effective. And then the second is by cheating and using a gold magnet. I don't actually own a gold magnet. I saw a nice little cheat video one time on how to make something, and so I went and bought my own magnets and made something to hold it. So we'll show that And again, I'm doing this actually pretty fast right now because obviously we're on tape. We want to get through this. I want to show you both the ways. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. Black sand, though, obviously is just so dark. You can just see, right, the basic little bit of lights here, and then all those black sands around it. So again, the safety pan here, we're just going to keep panning this down, and then like I said, we'll show you a good way. These are unsearched concentrates, and so when I get to the bottom of this, I don't know if there's even going to be gold here. And so as we go through, I can tell you I have panned a couple scoops of this already a few weeks ago when I got it, and I did find gold in every scoop. So not a whole lot real fines, but that's really natural what's going to be in this. This is solely black sand. There's no rocks in this. There's no mineral deposits. There's nothing but black sand and gold. A few lights and beiges there too. So again, we'll get it down to this point, and the only way that you can really do anything with black sand is, excuse me, by separating it in a pan, rolling it back and just being patient and stripping that top sand down, because we've tapped the gold to the bottom, and just taking it back. Again, I do have a safety pan here, so I'm just going to pan this black sands right into that. Don't ever get rid of your black sands. I shouldn't say never, but make sure you go through them again more than once. Also, if you can get a millitable or any kind of gold recovery system that catches gold a little better, blue bowl, disc separator, you take that stuff through those again, and you're really going to see those microscopic specks of gold come out of there. So never get rid of those. I'm actually trying to work with a company that makes a really affordable and what I think would, from the tables I've seen, would be a very effective miller table, and I'm trying to work with them to arrange a product shipment so that I can review their product for them as well. And that would really show you a good handle on this stuff right here, especially the black sands, how it's going to get out those lights and washes those away. Again, I'm just kind of doing this a lot faster than I would suggest you do it, just for the sake of the video. I'll go through all this stuff again a little bit later. I'm not going to do my traditional review for these guys for the sole fact that I've had this for a few weeks, and like I said, I've taken some scoops out of it when I was bored or didn't have any pay dirt here, type of a thing. So, and in fairness, it was before I was reviewing. I've seen a lot of pay dirts and sampled a lot of things from people, and in some of the upcoming videos here, we're going to start getting into my favorites. More expensive concentrates at whole. A lot of the videos I've been doing, and I'll keep doing these, are for the average buyer, trying to buy on eBay, trying to find a decent supplier that's not going to charge you an arm and a leg. But to get really good gold and to get the amounts that most people would actually be happy with seeing, a lot of times you do need to spend a little bit more money. So hopefully you can see that. Oops. Come back in here. We're just going to keep washing those away. You're going to be watching right at this edge. You want to make sure you're not seeing any gold there. The second you see any gold there, you put your pan back up, reset it, and start dragging back down again. I'm just trying to keep this pan real clean for you too, so you can see the accumulation and how that black sand is actually working. And then as soon as I'm done with this, then we're going to do an extended part, like I said, about using a magnet to separate these is another way. And then what I might do is throw some flaky gold in here and show you what tapping does, so you can actually see how real gold reacts. If you haven't had gold in the bottom of your pan and you've been out prospecting and maybe don't know how gold acts, we'll look at that a little bit too, so you can actually watch and see what more coarse gold does. Really haven't seen even a speck show up, so this might just be a bad scoop. And then as I say that, the other thing I probably didn't talk about when we started this is the gold that you're going to see in here. I don't even know if I can get it to show up in the gold pan for you. It's going to be real fine flakes, and it's not going to be a huge mass accumulation of them either. So you really just are watching that edge line, taking that stuff back and away. Two little flakes here, or specks, and you really can't even see these, I'm sure, in the video, but they're right here and right here. Very, very, very tiny pieces, but again, real common of this black sand. So that's one way to do it. I'm just going to leave that in there. The other way that we can do this is by using a magnet. So we're going to do that. I'm going to keep my catch pan up here, and all the stuff that we get off of the black sand, I'm going to save that in this pan while it's still dry. And because we're using the magnet, I'm going to put a couple more scoops of this in to make it worthwhile. So we'll start off with a little bit more than double what we had before. Again, we're going to agitate all this stuff, give it some taps, make that gold settle down. As you can see, this is just thick, thick, thick black sand, which is exactly what we want, because that's where the gold hides, right? So a home remedy for a gold magnet is just taking a medicine bottle. You can get some magnets at craft store somewhere. Put them in the bottom of the medicine bottle, and you're just going to run your material real loosely over that. You can kind of see on the bottom of this all of that black sand materials right there. Take it over to your disposal pan and simply give it a couple taps. It's going to drop that sand off of there, and then you're going to come back, run it again, and we're taking layers upon layers upon layers of black sand off. And hopefully, if we're tapping everything right, we're not missing any of that gold either. And then what you can do is just keep recirculating it. We have those fines on there, or those blondes on there now. We're going to get rid of those again. Start working back down into that black sand. Take your magnet, take off that top layer of black sand, swish it into the gold pan. Agitate it some more. Taking off that top layer of black sand. Swish it into the gold pen. Agitate it up a little more. Get those heavies to settle. Got it in. Into the gold. There's your catch pan. And again, like I said, don't get rid of those black sands because there still could be plenty of gold in there. We want to make sure as we're collecting the black sand, it's always good to do a couple little shakes in the water, see if you can get any of that extra to drop off. Also, they do make a gold magnet that releases a little better if you want to spend some money and get that as well. I try to buy what I need and get by with what I don't. And so I think I bought those magnets for $2 and it was an old drug case rather than $50 or $60 on a releasable magnet. So you can buy more pay dirt with that to pan. Oops, I dropped that down in my collection. Sorry guys, I'm in the living room here, so I just want to make sure I'm not getting any of that black sand on the floor. And as we keep doing this, eventually we're going to get to a point where we've worked the black sand out of it even. So those first scoops, as you can see, we're getting less and less and less on the bottom of that pan. Okay, now we're down to hardly anything. So this is the point where I like to pan it now from the rest of the way down. It might seem like it took a little longer than the first way. It didn't. It took a little bit shorter amount of time, but the key to it is I processed probably 4 times the amount of black sand that I had in there before. So when you're getting 20 and 30 pounds of black sand deposits that you need to go through, a magnet's a really nice way to clear out some of that. Again, we're just going to do that rocking motion, bring those sands back. I'm probably going to be quiet here until we're all the way down. I haven't panned this stuff in a few weeks. Like I said, I forgot how time consuming, it really was. One of the reasons I do kind of like it, though, is it really helps you brush up on your skills, because you're dealing with such fine gold. You're going to make sure that you're panning things right, that you're not missing anything. And I really, instead of panning all 5 pounds of this at once or anything, I'll keep doing this for the next couple months, a couple scoops at a time, just so it doesn't wear on my patience. And then, like I said, just after this, we're going to put that Felix sample that I just panned out, those couple pieces of gold. I'll put that in some of this concentrate black sand so we can watch how that works and how gold actually does move in the black sand. And there's a little flake there. So again, when you see that gold, you know you're getting down to those concentrates, so reset your pan. And this, you're going to slow down your rocking motion a little bit because we're getting down to those fines. And that little, well, there's 2. And this gold, like I said, this is right off the beach, and what I paid for this stuff, it really didn't matter. But it's so fine and microscopic gold. There's 1, 2, 3 4 little pieces.